Hello everyone, Tracian here again from ConstantWarfare.com. Welcome back to the Be a Better Pilot series for new and veteran players alike who want to learn to be better pilots in Galactic Starfighter. Today I'm going to go over each of the ships and kind of what they do. I want you to know what they each do so that you don't waste your fleet requisition. Now you have two types of requisition: ship requisition and fleet requisition. At the end of every game, you will get ship requisition for each ship that you played. 10% of that will be given as fleet requisition. Fleet requisition can unlock any ship. You don't have to play the Star Guard to unlock the Pike. You don't have to play the Nova Dive to unlock the Flashfire. It just requires fleet requisition. You can spend it on any ship you want. Now, starting here with the Strike Fighters. The Star Guard's main feature is its ion cannons. This is amazingly helpful to your team. It gets rid of enemy shields and lets your team just destroy them. You can also do some pretty decent damage yourself. You're a well-rounded fighter. That's kind of what the Strike Fighter line does. But you will have a lot of assists compared to your kills. It's definitely not a Glory Hog ship. The Enforcer is the same exact ship as the Star Guard. It just looks different and gains ship requisition faster because it's a cartel market ship. Now the Pike is like the Star Guard in that it's an all-around ship, but the main feature about the Pike is it uses missile lock-ons as opposed to laser cannons. So if you like locking on missiles and locking on missiles and locking on missiles, the Pike's a good ship. It's my favorite. Coming down to Scouts. Oh, and by the way, the Star Guard is one of the starter ships. The other starter ship here is the Nova Dive. Now, the Nova Dive is great for taking out turrets in objective maps. It's very quick and maneuverable and one of the fastest ships in the game, so you'll be able to get to turrets first with this thing to capture them. The Flashfire is one of the best, absolute best, dogfighting one-on-one ships. They're very fast, very maneuverable, tons of engine power. The Skybolt is the same thing as the Nova Dive, it's just a cartel market ship. Now coming down to bombers. Bombers are very slow, but they have a lot of health and resistances. The Mark IV bomber has a main focus on concussion. I'll call it the concussion effect. What happens is when an enemy comes close to your concussion mines or seismic mines is they explode and deal damage to everything within a certain area. That's different from the other ships in that they actually have to lock on. There's no locking on with the Mark IV. It just explodes, and if your enemy's in the area, sucks to be them. Now, the Fire Hauler and the War Carrier are the same ship. Again, just a cartel market ship. The War Carrier is a little bit more of a support class. You have a healing drone, which is your team's best friend. It not only heals them, but you can upgrade it to replenish their ammo, which is great if you're flying with Flashfires or Pikes or anybody who needs to replenish their ammo. Both bombers are great for defending nodes. If you're a big objective defender, you're really going to enjoy a bomber. Now, gunships are really, you love them or you hate them. Right now, the Coral is really the only gunship worth trying. And again, that's because it has ion cannons. The ion cannons drain shields, they can slow enemy players down, and they can bounce from one ship to another if they're all in close proximity. You do have to spec into it, but you don't get it from day one. But that's kind of what your end game is. Super far-reaching. This is the furthest shooting ship available in the game right now. The Redeemer is the same thing as the Coral. Again, it's just a cartel market ship. There is another gunship that's similar to the Comet Breaker. I don't have it because, unfortunately, this gunship is not worth playing right now. It's only got one good gun. Its alternate gun is proton torpedoes, and for the gunship playstyle right now, I wouldn't recommend it, although it does look pretty awesome. In the next patch, 2.7, they're going to release two brand new types of ships, a Strike Fighter and a Scout. The Strike Fighter is called the Clarion. The Clarion gives buffs to all its allies within a certain distance. It can also heal allies within that distance, and it can also give debuffs basically to an enemy. It drains their system abilities. The Scout, called the Spear Point, does things that are very similar. It makes your allies more maneuverable and gives them better regen, and it can also drop a repair drone like one of the bombers. These are very heavily team-based, so if you're doing a pre-made, or if you really just like support roles, these two new ships should be very interesting to you. And that's it for this video. For now, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and good luck in your next match.